Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Exactly. Computer that runs the studio's security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yeah. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick. Looks like you just have to enter in a few numbers. Oh, flip. Need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 PM that day. That's when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Oh, flip. Which one was it? Was it 703? There, entered. Nothing happened. Maybe I got the number wrong. Maybe we should go look at that camera again. No, because I'm just gonna... If there's 3 options... Try it. Was it the second one? I think 307. There we go. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. It's someone in the costume. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he's the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 5th, 2 PM, photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. No, that's the only one on the computer. Ooh. It labels it as photo number 2, which means that there's a photo number 1. Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. You're a lawyer! Witnesses aren't enemies! Unless you think she did it, which we can't really rule out. Considering, well, we now know that there's 1 photo missing. And if she's the only one who's had access to the computer, that means that she's... Yeah. You're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. I'm gonna guess, considering it's this is the first day, that it's not it's not her. Save progress. Yeah, we'll save progress. But we'll keep going. October 18th, 2 days later. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 PM on October the 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. That's not true. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I'd like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. I love how confused he looks. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the Studios C. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 PM on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. Okay, actually we know that that's not true, because there was also the security lady. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m, the security lady got to the guard station. Jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Let's listen again. Can I challenge it? I'm sorry, could you describe that one more time? I should have known it would be you, pal. Fine. Once more for the mentally challenged lawyer. Yeah. Live it up while you can, gumshoe. Oh, I can't challenge. Okay, I thought we'd challenge. That's annoying. Because... blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's where the body was found. There were only 3 people here. On the day of the murder. Now, that sentence is wrong. Is factually wrong. Because there were at least 4 people. The 3 he mentions, the security guard, and another. Now, if he said on the morning, I wouldn't complain. I'd find something else to complain about. But, to be... Defendant and the young woman. He goes over there. Yeah, the rehearsal was cancelled. So these guys also showed up later. Anyone like to see that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Skip it. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? That doesn't make any sense. Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. What was the point of having the officer? The gumshoe? Mr. Gumshoe. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. I agree, Edgeworth. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. These are when I was young, I was no bag. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained! The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I'm just getting to the good part, dearie. Well, perhaps we can just get on to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, sir, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is. Sure is an old bag. Right. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1. We have no reason to doubt that. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Right. Some of these are press-worthy, potentially press-worthy. On the day of the murder, well, we know that's true. Poor Ham and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning. We know that's true. I had errands, so I want to press on that one. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, there was one when I got to the guard station. That fits. I was at the main station from then until 5. Didn't you run to the body? So you were watching there the whole time. No breaks, not even a second. Oh, of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job? Whippersnapper. No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gauge and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper whapper. Snipper whapper? Old windbag is losing it, Nick. Raise an objection. So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. Can I challenge him? 2? You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. Can I present? So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Go wax in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers, that man right there. And present. Yeah. You didn't see Powers. Let me get this straight, old bag. I mean, Ms. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Oldie Tokyo. Ms. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble in calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Humph, nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. It's not... It's almost like this is a law court. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Okay, updated testimony. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Right, well, let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got a full spear. I think that might be the way to go. But he said press. I don't know. That morning during the run through the action scene. Yes. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It's a big mess. Right, challenge on that one. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. So... Okay, so it must have been fixed then. That's a samurai spear. The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Okay. How did I not realise that? Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. How did no one notice that before? Ugh. Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained? Not so bad he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honour? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. That is not clear. Someone who saw him limping could have affected a limp. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honour? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honour. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Okay. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers, which we know is not true. We know that there's another photo. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay, the time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then, and I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Can I press on this one? Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy. Oh, windbags sure is... Well, you know what I mean. Oh, windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Look. Alright, we're back to the beginning. Can I present the... This is photo 2. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true the computer in the guard station records all security camera detail. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m, photo number 2. Even I know it means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too.